Published 2:39 Eastern Standard Time, the 29th of December 2017. Updated 5:10 Eastern Standard Time, the 29th of December 2017. The father of missing student Sophie Smith has made a desperate direct plea for her to come home. As it emerged, police have CCTV of her running towards the sea. Martin Knowles has refused to give up hope that Sophie, 21, is still alive despite leaving her seaside home in Gorleston, Norfolk, at 3 a.m. on Boxing Day, wearing only shorts and a vest. In a video message for his vulnerable daughter, who has been battling anxiety and depression, he said, "Sophie, just come home please. Your mom loves you, I love you. All of your friends in your hometown of Gorleston want you back." He added, "We just want to tell you how much we love you. We just want to put our arms around you. Don't worry about anything. Just come home." Police have admitted hopes are fading to find Sophie alive, and a planned search of the sea, beaches and woodland around Great Yarmouth had to be halted today because of bad weather. Martin Knowles has refused to give up hope that Sophie, 21, is still alive despite running from her seaside home at 3 a.m. on Boxing Day, wearing only shorts and a vest as he begged her to return home. Pictured, missing Sophie Smith, 21, from Gorleston, Norfolk, has not been seen since 3 a.m. on Boxing Day and has been battling depression and anxiety. Members of the public search under the pier in Yarmouth yesterday as the hunt for Sophie continues. Dozens of volunteers had been asked to meet at Gorleston Beach Car Park at 11 a.m. today to walk the beach towards Hopton, but organizer Emma Gallagher said bad weather had halted it for now. She said on Facebook, "Due to the weather this morning, unfortunately I'm having to put this search on hold. It is my responsibility to think of the safety of the volunteers, and with the recent crumbling of the cliffs and tides likely to change, I am not 100% happy. If anything happens to anyone, it will be my fault for leading this search." Missing posters are being distributed in the area and more than 17,000 people have joined a Find Sophie Smith Facebook group. "We hope you all understand. I want to find Sophie as much as anyone, but I can't be putting other people at danger. If you do decide to carry on, I urge you to be extremely careful." Martin Knowles, a father of two who works for the NHS, admitted she had been through a bit of a hard time recently, but said she was a happy-go-lucky, full of life and very popular young woman who was liked by a lot of people. He said, "We have not given up hope. We're still praying and hoping that Sophie will walk through her mom's door and just come home so we can put our arms around her and tell her how much we love her." Police have found CCTV which they believe shows missing student Sophie Smith running towards the sea in the early hours of Boxing Day. As the search for Miss Smith, 21, enters its fourth day today, the inspector leading the investigation said the working theory was that she had run into the water after opening up to her mother about depressive thoughts. Police Inspector Will Drummond, from Norfolk Police, said that the chances of finding Miss Smith alive were diminishing as teams of locals yesterday combed through woodlands and fields. Miss Smith, from Gorleston-on-Sea, Norfolk, who was in her second year studying biomedicine at the University of East Anglia, had been withdrawn over the festive period after suffering from severe anxiety and depression, he said. Her mother Lynn Shaw, 56, and stepfather Kevin Shaw, 60, who run an antiques shop in the seaside town, heard the door slam at 3 a.m. on Boxing Day and started frantically searching before calling the police. Miss Smith, who was home from university for the Christmas holidays, did not have her phone on her when she ran out of the house and was dressed in shorts and a vest top. Sophie's father Martin Knowles, pictured with her aunt Rachel Russell, left, and Sophie's sister Sarah, pictured right, have appealed for help in finding the missing youngster. Groups are walking the beach and North Sea shoreline as they look for missing Sophie. Local people also searched fields between Gorleston and Great Yarmouth as the search for Sophie was stepped up despite a police operation which involved helicopters, boats and land searches. Officers have found nothing popular. Hundreds of people shared appeals on social media to try and find Sophie. Inspector Drummond said of the operation, "She went missing at her home address on Boxing Day at 3 a.m. What we've got is an image of her, which we believe to be her, running from the home address and towards the beach on Avondale Road. She is wearing a vest top and shorts, which is unprepared for the weather. What I can say is that from speaking to the family in great detail, Sophie suffers from severe anxiety and depression which she was being treated for. There was a level of what I would call preparation prior to running off to what happened. I think a combination of the preparation, her mental state at the time and comments made may suggest there's a likelihood that unfortunately she may have gone into the sea," he added. After lengthy conversations with Miss Smith's family, Inspector Drummond said police had discovered that she had made preparations prior to her disappearance, but would not say what that involved. Police have analyzed her phone, social media and made inquiries about recent discussions she had with family and friends, he said. of her mental state, Inspector Drummond said. "We believe she's been talking about it with family before, talking about her anxiety and depression, and we think this has maybe been a trigger. The theory is that if she has gone into the sea, unfortunately, we need to be looking at the tides and how that would impact. We are treating it as a live missing persons inquiry, but we have got to take the consideration that there is likelihood, unfortunately, that she has gone into the sea," he added. Missing, the University of East Anglia student was last seen on Boxing Day. Police are going door to door while Sophie's stepsister Lauren and father Kevin Shaw organized beach searches. Dozens of volunteers also gathered in Norfolk Woods to look for any signs of the missing student. Increasingly worried, Norfolk police said they were growing concerned for Sophie after she was last seen around 3 a.m. on Tuesday in Gorleston-on-Sea, near Great Yarmouth. Emotional appeal. Distraught Lynn Shaw from Great Yarmouth pleaded with her 21-year-old daughter to return home earlier. Miss Smith's stepsister Lauren Shaw, 26, and stepfather led around 15 friends and volunteers on a search of the seafront in Gorleston and around Great Yarmouth. She said, "We are just searching beaches where the tide would have washed something up, but we are hoping we do not find anything. We cannot really say anything else." More than 17,000 joined a Find Sophie Smith Facebook group after it was created yesterday afternoon. People have been posting updates on what areas have been searched for her on the page and have organized volunteer search parties to help with police appeal. Volunteers started joining Norfolk Lowland Search and Rescue and lifeboat teams searching for Sophie yesterday. 3 further searches have been organized in Gorleston and neighboring coastal town Lowestoft, Suffolk.